Good morning, dear friends. It's a blessed morning and it is a Thursday. You know what happens on Thursdays? Thursdays here, abra. One or two very important national issue. Yede ebeto ho na yedi ho nkomo. Well, today we are going to discuss the blasters and matters arising. Hey, anka first no nanka ya she blasters uniform yi na jersey na ye de ko so say de ye nhye bia. But well, we need to discuss what is going on. Obi anedi afa baby ana say boys na na omasa. Well, that is going to be on Asem Kezia today. Well, meanwhile, welcome all of us to your favorite Christian morning. Sorry, not shrine. This network still remains the Wesleyan Television, WTV for short. Good morning, everybody. Di na mikata madakuku miafo kan ha akpa na mawusobolisa ba engu for me micho labaji na mi labaji a maba mi agacho kaba mi anu afoji mi avalechi na vaji adora na wo. Well, all I'm saying is that if you are still sleeping, wake up, get back on your feet and go to work quickly. Well, for those who are able to remain here with us, we have started. So let's go to Nkranche and encourage ourselves in the words of the scriptures. All right. And so our word for our elucidation today is taken from Philippians chapter 4 verse 9. Philippians chapter 4 verse 9. Krata Paul or Chirokoma Philippo Asafono eye 89 chichemunkro. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Wow, what a scripture. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Dear Wahubia, dear Watibia, dear what is say ye can or babrumu, Chirokron Samoa Yakan Krojen. Ye being free, and fair being cow. Paul say, dear moon said, dear Marion. Monshaso na munyane me say de makachere mu no monhwe na munyane pepepe na esan say ye nyankopon asem ti se mohwe na moye de a ene me hye mo bose bibia be wie peyo onyankopon be ka mo ho esan say ogina nasem so ana odi to anamo. And so this morning I am encouraging you that whatever you have heard in scripture, follow it. Follow the dictates, and the God who sits from above will bless you. This morning, I call the blessings of God upon everybody. Everybody. May we walk this rather early showering Thursday and enjoy the faithfulness of the Lord. Say amen with me if you are listening. I say amen with me if you are listening. We'll go straight away and give the highlights of the day. Munim say if you so dear. Yes, set the agenda na for ababe yibi free. Anom so some dia kwakwaye news item. Now, this morning there are some very important things you want to know from our highlights. Now, Ghana risk a shortfall in electricity supply as Sonon Power Limited announces a shutdown of its power plant. Well, we are going to tell you what the real story is. Hey, well, we will tell you. Now, to our second story. Meanwhile, the Agric Minister, Mr. Brian Champon, is sounding an alarm on Galamsey. We will hear from him shortly. What exactly is the Honorable Agric Minister saying about Galamsey? Well, to be something to interest you. Well, we also have updates on the what has happened on the arrest of that gory accident that took place in 𝗟𝗏𝗏. Well, apparently, the parents have been granted a certain something. Well, we will tell you what really People were asking, well, the police have granted bail and we will give you what the details are. These are only but a fraction of what we are about to discuss with you. It is our highlight from here. Well, the program begins with 𝗟𝗓𝗓, goes on a break, and comes with 𝗟𝗏𝗘 part 1 and 2. 𝗟𝗏𝗘 so ana yenyina yetimitena na yedi nkomo fe ye wi a yebeko apomuden na apomuden ewie pe insurance for so ebeba agropamafo ebeba bedi agro. Today we are putting our cameras on the Black Stars. We want to go into the happenings of the Black Stars the past 1 year and be able to ask ourselves yenko anase ye mra. Well, we are asking ourselves to say, Ediempa neha Ghana Blasters. Obi dia for baby pacho monka na yenkonkope eye nepumesibre. Well, by and large, we are looking at Ghana football as a whole. In the as a Ghana football, BBSC, everything appears to be walking backwards. BBA, yedi and sabi some say, yeah, in Ghana sports, biana say ato afa baby. Hey. Enti Ghana Blasters ya na yede hwahwa ye ho enuni. Meteors yede hwahwa ye ho enuni. Starlets mo wo hin. Well, we have not been able to enter into any competitive competition for the past 2 years or so, and for the ones we have attempted, first stage group preliminaries na ye. Today we will have the professionals who know everything about sports. We are going to do the discussion with you. I've not gotten you out at all. That is how we are going to pick the morning. It is a raining morning. It's been drizzling and for some areas heavily downpours and yate say air koso. But for you, we are going to walk you through our programs from this hour to the hour of 10 a.m. Our sponsors are with us this morning and we are grateful. Mona monye sikani bi na mode kakra abrain. Well, the first on my list is the Downwell Insurance. Say ope insurance a obetimi edi juma. Insurance ya ebetimi ahwe na aboa when it comes to your accident policy, when it comes to your home protection policy, even when it comes to your children's educational policy, there you want to go closer to the Downwell Insurance Company. A Methodist for there, ombeboa na bibia etimi akoso. Methodist University, a suku ponwa, omajia tumuse, omodie, omobeshe adisuyanfo no musua de. Uwe Methodist University ya ubenya o certificate ede wo ko enim pa na wetimi akwakonya edwuma papa ye keka se omo wie Methodist University ni nyina ba akokora ni wa otifi eye excellent morality and service uko wenchi campus tema campus any dansoman campus everything is going on very well. Well, MIPL another product of the Methodist Church say ope collar shirt suit and now say ope ministerial vestment biara apamwa say oye junior minister say oye osofopeniu say oye bishop kra de na je say bibia ewie peyokra amo. Please come to MIPL na yesusu ahane your friend say yesusu ane de ashow yesusu ane de ashow na atade no so eda ho kama afi susu kra ope ginger juice anom na oyem ada ho kama de na and the MIPL for ginger juice no ana ye de ye adwuma ende anope. KFK Foods eduane ba time bia udia ubi bia timi ewie peyo anope yate say omo breakfast no aye ready whatever go to the community 25 annex and eat from KFK. Yeah, you won't cry no so de nsu ato nti ebeko pekoko ene akra ana akusi kakra bi e de aye de ho ana obenya say aduane. In the afternoon you are assured of their jollof, their banku, their wache. Enra yesi nkrofo bi kodi wache ni bia na enye asem kuma akromo ko nyina no mo gi take say maame mama ye take away ni bi emfa nkofie ye wie ni nyina de na ye tumirika na ya da Barbarella clothing for ase omo na omo hwe na ema na ewo eye studio hey omo ntade bibia ewie Peyo. Now we are also grateful to the Wesleyan Dew. Wesleyan Dew. In Sobia Methodist for be one more Tema Diocese. Omona ometimi ayesa insu. Anope cha osofo afuto nati. Una oye DIY wa udi enimu amoye science. Oh, Bishop Samuel Ofori Achia oni ninia kuma osofo penyi Popsing AJ. Osofo, God bless you. Any insu amodi abrenya ye nonom. Insu a onom ana obo atoyem eye Wesleyan Dew. Anope se unisika ete se Madam Fubia or Shemi a ote achimota me pa nekoko bobisia unisika ko nekobo unim pa se wona me kan ho asem na me nka so your ba na maba wo hwe me pa unim se unni cash bible quotation na send me pa choko na ekoko bobisia ne fa ye obi bia wo pese multi credit for omune bedi wakagina mu na wenya sa sika ne bi na ode akwa ye de we me pa cho me nkoto bet enye menko susu enkunku twa loto esanse Christopher ye ntwa loto menko ye sakawa de ubewu ntem ko multi creditor na ekoko pe besia eye ubibia Christian Service University anope Professor Franinum ejina mu a omoboa den omo hwese bibia bekoso ope school pa ko school a omutimi eboa ma adesuafo ebibia wie pe anyamesom any Christo titi yeso wo ho any odeno kwa ada so kumase ton ye from Christian Service University ni nyina free ho the new kid on the block Freeman Methodist Guest House me ba jo ope hotel papa ada na was Jodia any Freeman Methodist Guest House. Me pacho nanse ni etete se hotel bibi no mu ko ni nkura ntefre apotro. Odwan nyina tv eba betwam hotel company bi say na hotel ye kwa ye choba ho na sede. Freeman Methodist Guest House de hu aboa biara se onenam ho. Oho kama na shower na pipe enso hye ene nam pipe mu a utimi di dware na de etwa memfrom akra na se anajo be sori wotwitwi usie wi a wo ye devotion abompa ya kire wonyankopon wo beti Methodist for him will your anchor hold in the storms of life na wote sa enwi uko kitchen ho dia sister adwani sister fu no mama ye ready say omo serve eduane ko ne kokodi eduane kama manager Ken Ekem good morning to you aboafoi Anna Anita. It is a Thursday morning, and you know how we do it best. Well, my name also for Adzika Vincent Agbamenya na me gina mu mi twa me ho aba se ye di ababesha. You are ready for the news. I'm also ready. Ye twen so kakra na ye di nkomo. Ye ba sisia.
Methodist University College Ghana yenya presidential charter inti ye freye Methodist University Ghana inti ye ne upe baby pa abbo wabodini enya nguma suamu nimdeɛ pa dia admission no ekoso postgraduate undergraduate diploma and certificate programs be to say nursing educational assessment and evaluation guidance and counseling psychology economics HRM and management studies marketing and supply chain management communications IT accounting social work port and shipping management and a PhD in education dia order for Methodist University Ghana nanika sema womune say what's the candidate today or 30% discount ane 30% discount any Methodist asori menina Shushayan campuses nibi ewa dansuman tema wenchi national song say your day any evening empo weekend sessions from ponso ewa ho mature entrance exams so ekoso 83 mikasi na admission ekoso enchewu biano for 0558309059 and now acquire website www.mug.edu.gh. MUG, the rich brand. Meth UG. We have the zeal to educate.
KFK Foods is an award-winning world-class restaurant with over 10 years experience in both local and continental dishes. We render services for parties, cafeteria services for schools and hospitals, individuals, corporates and institutions, as well as groups who want to treat their partners to delicious meals and services. We have all local and international dishes, including banku with tilapia, fufu with light soup, fried rice with grilled or fried chicken, assorted fried rice, fish with chips, noodles and spaghetti, pizzas, pastries, shawarma, beef and chicken sauces. All kinds of breakfast baskets in Accra. Locate us at the Ambassadorial Enclave on the first floor of the 𝗦𝗏𝗏 Towers at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. In Tema, locate us at Community 25 Annex, where the event center is located at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Monday to Sunday. For all orders, call us on 0244 637647 or WhatsApp us on 050 33171153. KFK Foods, you deserve it. Do you need quality and professional ministerial attire? Be it cassock, clerical shirts, stoles, preaching gowns, preaching bands, wedding gowns, and sanctuary vestments? Then your best destination is the Methodist Investments and Properties Limited, MIPL. Individuals and churches can also contact MIPL for their African wear, both male and female, curtains, church or institutional anniversary clothing, Friday wears, mufflers, diaries, liturgy books, souvenirs, badges, Lacoste and t-shirts, among others. MIPL produces natural fruit juice such as ginger, pineapple, mango, millet, banana, as well as specially prepared ginger powder to boost your daily vitality. MIPL Property Management is also available to both individuals and corporate institutions in managing your property and providing investment solutions. Locate MIPL office at the Grant House inside Adabraka, Accra for your businesses at affordable prices, or call us on 0242 122 787. If you are looking for an office space which is spacious with a car park, 24-hour security, standby generator, then look no further. The Grant House building is up for rent and is located adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral, Accra. Call us on 0242 122 787.
Dear friends, welcome back. This is Dero Part 1. Well, I started alone, but I've always not been alone. Dear friends, help me welcome the woman of the day, the most beautiful, Osono Bakope, Ublayo Ekumi, New York Television, Miss Na. As for the museum, we bought Nansam Ranedi and ne as some day Debbie Ewoho. Isane said, today marks the day that her mother brought her to Mother F. Yawo no mene Afarley. No wale mene egbijron. Bini onuncho lenche ike kewo. All right, we are happy to start, but we will start only if you can help me wish Miss Na a happy birthday. Intenemo amobe free nyina moya happy birthday. Afi so me de ni mumu no me de meme number ebe to edwa na afi mo de mumu na faso na metimi Ediamano. Well, it's an exciting morning and we are ready to start the rendezvous. Unim said Thursday dear. All right, so we welcome Miss Na.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm well.
You are fine?
Yeah, I'm good.
Any plan for the birthday?
Oh, what's up? Yeah, we'll see where God will take us later this morning. What's up?
This is not God matter.
Around 8 to 9.
This is not God matter. Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's start the story.
Sure.
The first one. Well, I think we should let viewers know. Say, you go so agent so Freeman Methodist Guest House Onyaye Mukra. They are sponsoring this segment, and we want to say hello to them now.
All right, and so to our very first story, 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 Limited has announced a shutdown of its operation due to the inability of the Electricity Company of Ghana to pay about $259 million debt. The company, in a statement released on October 16, 2024, said it was compelled to shut down on October 8 at 5 p.m. due to that this difficult decision was necessitated by our inability to fund our operations because of the failure of ECG to honor their overdue payment obligation and their various promises to that effect, the statement said. It explained that 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 has over the years been very considerate in its dealing with the ECG and government, and unlike other independent power producers, has not invoiced ECG for accrued idle capacity charges.
All right, na ye sha asieno na ye kase ye company bi ye from 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 na enim say ye boss our company dia na afiaga to be afada asem ana ye ken na ye papai ana oda 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 no na de omo ka ne say yanhwe yi a eye enyinamo omo ye edebo ayi ECG no ombegya yo na omu fidie no kra no womu atutumu esane se ECG do omu ka eka twitwiridie $259 million enye sikawa a woma dan ECG adan ECG entimi emphasize sika no womu ka se so womu enye se sika no ade a omu fidie no omu betutumu a wobo womu so a enyiye no so kire se na eye dum so ya na wanhwe a yesan kwa akohwemu esan se omu eka womu boa ema independent power producers omu di mutintimai pa na.
All right, so moving on, the Judicial Service has responded to a petition by the 𝗟𝗚𝗙𝗏 MP and one of the proponents of the Pro-Family Values Bill, 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, for an expedited hearing of the Supreme Court cases on the Pro-Family Values Bill. The MP, together with other Christian organizations, petitioned the Judicial Service and the Attorney General on October 8 for a quickened hearing of the Supreme Court cases on the bill. The service, in response to the petition, urged the parties involved in the cases to attach the urgency to this case as shown in the petition and file the necessary processes for the case to be heard. The service said the Apex Court can only hear the case when the positions of the parties have been stated. According to the service, the parties have elapsed the 14-day rule required from them to file their cases and have not yet still presented their cases. For the Supreme Court to hear any case, the parties are required to file their prospective pleadings in the form of a statement of case within the timelines provided for by the Supreme Court Rules 1996 CJ 16.
Yona ye toa so nanse mobeka ya eye yewra jata oye ningo pram MP ora Sam George edi eye Christopher binum anim ye wo ye kire kese pa Ghana hana sa o ye kire na ne farba ne se wono ka ho bi ye mrahye badwani a won bo aye ema sa private member bill bi ne ye ka se Ghana ha de nka ye mra se oba ene oba ebe ka se wo mu nyampamugro ana bema ene bema be ka se wo mu nyampamugro ye se Kristo sombra Muslimi sombra afi ye nananom som kra de eduru ba bia ye se eye amodin achiwade a woyo bibisa nananom etimi kura ekunfri atiasefo asase so eno ene koba se eye ura Sam George no ene Christopher mpanifo bi etimi ede wo ye kire hihye so na ni nyina ne se no mo ka kire ye Judicial Service se eye belia omu edi free parliament ema ekukudu o mampani asro yo mampani se wontumi emfa ne nsa enhya ase sane se ensensem bi ewo Supreme Court batan judicial service ade emuaye ama eye mpanifo na de omo ka ne se enye omo ania womo Ghana mra na omo soso mu gina so edidi omo djuma na eye womo a omo de omo asam eberedan court no court hye omo se ensam no womo ankan ni ye anhu se se omo de nioma bi si nioma bi na omo fete ensam no yie ti court ye omo adwene na adwene se nka omo mra na omumfo nkrata no emetutu ye ntwrochwo ni ye eno na besi na omuntimi mfama no omumfama so dia wo judge pani ye de tena eye na kwenyomu ka se wo ye mra na wode mra etimi edisa enkrofo ye de ba eno na akwakoba ne se omuka se omutwen wo se omode omunkrata ba omubedi mra yi na omahweso na bibia etimi ewie peyo na.
Meanwhile, the Agriculture Minister, 𝗟𝗏𝗡, has issued a dire warning about the long-term consequences of illegal mining, also known as galamsey, on the country's food security and the cocoa industry. The minister expressed his concern about the destruction of farmlands, especially cocoa plantations, as the result of galamsey operations. It frightens me. If galamsey continues, we wouldn't have water for irrigation and it will be affecting the final product, which is the crops we consume, 𝗟𝗏𝗡 said. He highlighted that illegal mining activities, which often involve the use of harmful chemicals, have polluted rivers and other water bodies that are vital for farming activities. This, he explained, poses a direct threat to Ghana's ability to feed itself and maintain its status as a leading cocoa exporter. The minister did not hold back on the severity of the crisis, calling it an existential threat to the country's agricultural sector.
Ora Brian Echampong oye mrashe bedwani bitifi mpeso asofo afeso so kra no woye wosoafo a wohwe ekuayo ene ehontoto ye ono ana ode asemi ababeto jo wase eye galamsey ya atuotese ewo Ghana ha ese kwaye ese oboribori bo ade nsuo a onyankopon ede amayen no ose enya nunku nemum eye koko a yedua emfudie numbia yedua no sa galamsey ese no wanhwa eye enipa wua na nam kwan so esanse onipa pa de woti wiase a eye enua nkwaye ene emframa ebefi sa enuemu aboy ebi ene timi ba ma nipa soso home afei soso ye mfudi anka ebetimi ede aye ye ho anu aduane na yenya biedi no eno ana yese na sase afei ne kra eye koko odomankoma ede edom yen ne duru ba bi na nka Ghana ye kan won etimi emane ekra na koko nyoma etimi ekoyie pa no nanka ewiase nyina de nanka yen ne ehwe di keduru ba bi Côte d'Ivoire be di kan yen beto so mienu se de ye na ye ni o se bibia ese 81 hwa eye yewua na ye nam so a ye ko ne akwa kowui na.
Still on galamsey, a group of small-scale miners have taken matters into their own hands, launching a series of attacks on illegal mining operators in the country. The move is seen as a show of support for government efforts to clamp down on the illicit activity, which has been blamed for the environmental degradation and loss of revenue. The attacks have targeted several illegal mining sites in the Ashanti and Western regions, respectively, with small-scale miners using their resources to dismantle equipment and disrupt operation. According to them, the legal aspect of mining business is no longer recognized due to illegal mining activities and must be a matter of concern to everyone. Members made these statements in the 𝗟𝗏𝗡 West District when the Advocacy for Sustainable Mining Group met with the zonal members to sensitize them about the need to engage in responsible mining. Mr. Joseph Mensah, who is the 𝗟𝗏𝗡 West Zonal Chairman of the Small Scale Miners Association, on behalf of the members, appealed to government to continue to repose confidence in them in fighting galamsey activities.
Yetwa eye galamsey nsensem so na eye enkrofobia womoka eye small scale miners ne fabino anasese di omo ade mra ahye womonsem esanse eye birim hayi ayesuma asojafo se womonko no monko pam galamsey fo no mon hyehyehye wo mo shamfan ene wo mo machines ka kese a eye adwuma ho no wo mo firi hwa galamsey fo asanko esan di dwuma we de yate se eye small scale miners ya omo de omo gidi se ne a wo mo yo no wo manyankra ta pa ama gold tuo no ye wo papa wo mu etimitu ejina mra kwan so na emum wo mu tu gold na omo de galamsey esi omani so say ye kwaye ene ye nsuo no small scale for yankasa aye say ene ye ba mo so ye be hye mo machine afei mo shan fine so ye be hye no mo say ye ntena ho enya ahwe han sanse say omanfo okra gidi se obi otu gold bia sebe oyewudifo obi a eye galamse nyomu nyina ene eye galamse ye nyankrata papa ye de enye nsum ni nkwaye mu ni yetu na mo amutu nsum ni kwaye mu de ene ye sede ye ba mo so ani a wo mo boa se dwumadie no ebewie peyo. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ghana, the world's second largest cocoa producer, is at risk of seeing its cocoa export earnings crash below $2 billion mark in the 2024, the lowest since 2010. Despite strong cocoa features due to supply restrictions during the 2023-2024 crop season, analysis of the Bank of Ghana data reveals that the country's once reliable cocoa industry, a backbone of its economy, is on track to bring in its weakness export earnings in over a decade. Ghana's cocoa revenues, which peaked at $2.8 billion in 2011, has fallen steadily to $2.12 billion in 2023, representing a cumulative 26% decline. This translates to an average annual drop of 2% over the last decade. With projected 2024 cocoa export earnings expected to dip below the critical $2 billion threshold, the ongoing decline is anticipated to put further pressure on the Ghanaian cedi.
All right, na yegusu ejina cocoa mu na mo beka ya na edie ye peja yemu no ye bete se cocoa de Ghana ha ope eye ade a yetimi dua ma etimi ema yesika twetwiri die pa ade na ye cocoa nti ye ko St Peter's kra no na bebre na edi cocoa scholarship ene bai cocoa scholarship yi me bomodi anse menye bi nanso me wofa one sign eye nkrata yi na chese no ne ba ntimi anko St Peter's wo ye den ko St Peter's ti papa yi ansign kra ba se de tie bia yetimi pem wo St Peter's etimi di wie na cocoa scholarship in itimi eboa edbinum a obi je se Moses aboadwenom ano o me class otimi di cocoa scholarship de ne sam ye nurse e wo US no ho cocoa scholarship ya na eboa sam redie ahwefo sa nyoma nyina cocoa itimi eboa me de yo no ye de atudwa se ye ntimi enye sabie sans afi nkoa no eye Ghana cocoa anke ebetimi di akwa amano ne abafomo ama opepepe mienu ye kase anke betimi ama ne homne so abrosa no se kra de akofom kra be ye mfie du nan ni cocoa yi se de ekofom wani na arehosem ba ko a ye sande atudwa ama mono no galamsey fo on be han yo to
our final story, the High Court in Accra has granted bail to Bishop 𝗟𝗟𝗏𝗏 and Moha Amoako, parents of 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, whose actions resulted in a crash that claimed 2 lives at 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. The third accused person, Linda Bempa, described by prosecution as a sales assistant at 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which belonged to brother of the suspect, has also been granted the bail. 𝗟𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Moha are parents of the suspect driver who were arrested by the police on Tuesday and were put before the court on Wednesday. They have been charged with permitting an unlicensed person to drive. According to the facts of the case presented by prosecution, the two admitted during interrogation that they allowed their child, who is a suspect in the case, to drive to gym and to some other places. Prosecution, however, revealed in court that the keys to the Jaguar car, which belonged to Moha, that's the mother of the suspect, was given to 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 by the third accused person, Linda Bempa. In court on Wednesday, lawyers for the accused prayed the court to grant them bail as they have fixed places of abode, gainfully employed, known in society, and will make themselves available for trial.
All right, Hashafona, where the Arahosem, yes, accident, yasem, yetiana, and yet asem ketua. Also for Udifo 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Amoako, or Nere Moha Amoako, Samoa, Yadibetu, just on Babako. Your friend Erad Ekotamo, Nema Mika, itu ya Mirikatente, Edekoshe, a ye Kebiana, and Kuala, Bisusu Etimo Mapon, Suku, and Moba, Kuala, my shade drove. She said, ye, police for Edia to just say, Yama, a ye, a woofui bail. It's an say, one more baby or mote, and yes, we omunko if ye, na suppose you force so a here one. Yetimi afrom, a ye Linda Bempa, no, na ye, woba, na Ujinechri. Na eye abrantie a ye ka se otumrike yi ekokoje ye safwa car Jaguar safo no free ne nchen ede ekos park ye esi kwan so no so posufo ebisebisa ne nsem ono so yama ne bill say ono so enkonkoji na mnamum se posufo hwehwe no a obeba na waba be frɛ no no makwakɔ yi wo mano ensem. All right, na enede semo ede bremu areho semo ntwen but ni nyina nkamfu ano makoye sofo ede de bia meka se onyame womu bibia beyeye erade womu bibia beyeye. All right, kobane sadia na ye jimre na yama mami bi akwab ene ye green against pink green against Babrella Clody de oye
hey Osofo
Babrella Clody
don't worry I'm going to look for one
Babrella Clody
I'll bring you
manta de na
to get your shirts for you and your trousers.
Oh, but I must really commend that you girls are looking splendid.
Thank you.
Splendid. Thank you. Mujina monado. All right, let's welcome Okesi to start.
Good morning and happy birthday to you, Miss Na.
Thank you.
You look beautiful this morning.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Darling.
So, Ashafo, it is the 17th day of October 2024, and we are once again zooming in to the oldest form of mass communication, the graphic newspapers. I beg your pardon. And nothing I'll find you do so yatunating from the papers. Yabesha said, Jay and Sem Ena and some for atre ewo de rubo and kratemu. And nothing no anope ye shasia ya the daily graphic and I day share asia na kwatafine di kind of daily graphic munum. Abysmal Black Stars need rescue after 42 years trophy drought. And so I think fireman should have been here.
That's why you should have called him to go and
Exactly. Okay, and need to know 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗏 𝗚𝗏𝗍 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗘 wins 2024 STEM Innovation Contest. Tame Greed and Stop Galamsey, we a Central Regional Minister. And I all can't say multi-pronged strategy required to address declining oil production, PIAC. And they say abeto abonten. So now Reverend Opunifre Mpong entreats chiefs to contribute towards peaceful elections into way and a daily graphic edibrain anope 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗏 daily guide, Ghana's favorite newspaper, and I day 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗏 Nana endorses Baumia concerning the East Legon crash. We allowed our son to drive a year. Salifu Amwako and Odyssey Abeto Abonting. So DVLA opens new Accra regional office. Napo addresses Memphis varsity. Samira Woo's Asante Achim North into way Ghana's favorite newspaper and so anope at that one front page. The new finder and ediso financial discipline. Key for MSMEs, success not a matter of luck. Bueno, Professor Latte and I all can't say establish permanent business advisory council way Mr. NSD Graft Eju and I also what they say abeto abonting so. Now, Sunon 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 suspends operations. Young innovators shine at Ghana Grows Agrofusion Festival. And on page 9 of the New Finder newspaper. The Daily Post and ediso Tafai Dikaino NPP's double standards exposed in North Dai as party expels youth organizer over support for NDC. Now concerning the Dumso crisis looms, Sunon 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 suspends operations in Ghana over ECG and government debt payment. Ghana's cocoa exports set to crash below $2 billion this year. This is the lowest in 14 years. Into Daily Post and so an opinion the Daily Statesman do Bokrata and ediso NPP is winning December elections way a yet napo and all can't say NDC's Joanna Kujo disqualified from Amenfi Central race. Japan prepared to support Ghana's automobile industry compete globally. Now, 𝗟𝗏𝗍 SHTS wins 2024 STEM Innovation Contest. Into Daily Statesman and so wonum edia what they bring an opinion. The Chronicle, they say they are the spear of the nation. Thumbs up for 𝗦𝗏𝗍𝗍𝗘 as market traders hail her philanthropic gestures. 𝗦𝗏𝗍𝗍𝗘's attempt to remove MPs from Parliament. 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗍𝗘 to decide fate of 4 MPs into the spear of the nation and so edieni. The Daily Dispatch, they say factually reliably factual. Bawumia's soaring popularity will be reflected in the results on December 7th. I am not bothered by my party's decision to declare my seat vacant. Way a year NDC Amenfi Central MP. And I all can't say, why are you running away from debating Bawumia? That is the big question that Akufo-Addo teases Mahama with. A year the National Enquirer 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 and a year day 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘. Political violence ahead of 2024 poll. Speak out, Mahama urges chiefs. Stay vigilant on sick voters register. Way Omane Boama and I all can say Ghana for still on the 2024 elections. NDC cautions supporters against unauthorized adverts. Sunon Asogli shut down power plant over $259 million debt. Afe ye call Amenfi Central and so Amenfi Central parliamentary candidate disqualification. NDC respond to Electoral Commission today. Put development ahead of other considerations. A year Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman and onusu diseye abeto abonten. So the new crusading guide 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗏 and Ediso Yana praises Akufo-Addo for promoting peace in Dagbon. Akufo-Addo dares Mahama to debate Bawumia. Over 1,500 NDC supporters defect NPP in Nsawam Adweju constituency. Mauko Kwaji honored in New York with Kwame Despite and Aliko Dangote. Afe Yakope Internal Swam Judicial Service replies Sam George on pro-family values bill. There's a story on page 10 that says Baka Vomawo granted 20,000 Ghana cedis bill into when at the new crusading guidance. So Ede Ebreye Anope, the Daybreak newspaper and Yede 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗍𝗘 top CEO's wife slaps side chick. Okay, so there's a story too on the page 3 that says forestry guards fingered in illegal lumber trade. NAPO apologizes to bondholders for impact of DDEP. ICC relations with the African continent stabilize. Way Karim Khan and Ono Eka Seye. Yede the Metro Lens newspaper and Yede 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏𝗘 soldier killed, 5 injured in Binduri crash. And ono ubehunu page 9. Afe Ransford Jampo lonely as members abandon him for initiating illegal strike. Alan Chermating presidency to bring growth way offenso mahene and I all can say page 6 of the Metro Lens. Afe Yako Central region and so Mankesim waste plant to generate $750,000 in carbon credits. And ono ubehunu page 6 of the Metro Lens. Now let's do some business stories with a business analyst newspaper. ADB recovers over 500 million Ghana cedis NPLs in 9 months as bank risk management practice improves. SNIT focused on improving returns, Director General assures. Now, Sunon Asogli shuts down 560 megawatts power plant over $259 million debt. Fitch assigns Ghana's new dollar bonds at CCC+. Now concerning GRA property rate, whole assembly members call for probe. we end on a showbiz note because it is a Thursday with the Graphic Showbiz newspaper. Elaborately stylish, and you can see that stylish fascinator on the front page right there. Media space, transient, and don't overdo. We a vim lady and I all can say any other media colleagues. Cinema release or Netflix? That is the big question, dilemma of Ghanaian filmmakers. And this is a story written by 𝗦cie𝗿𝗲, and you can find that on page 3 of the Graphic Showbiz. And you know, aha, and I did the bo and kratano AC. We go straight to the word of the day. So on W Lena, our word for today is mishap. Mishap. Mishap is our word for today.
All right, so on that note of the word of the day and that rather beautiful green apparel, I want all of us to pause for now. It is around about the 10. We will be back to continue with part 2 of the segment. Thank you.
This is the Freeman Methodist Guest House Limited. It is a luxurious and comfortable guest house in the heart of Kumasi. Our guest house features a range of modern and spacious rooms, each with its private bathroom and amenities. Our guests can enjoy various on-site facilities, including a restaurant, conference halls, event center, spacious car park, CCTV cameras, lifts, generator, and many more. We are conveniently located opposite the Wesley College of Education near the Swami Roundabout in Kumasi and are easily accessible by public transportation. We look forward to welcoming you to the Freeman Methodist Guest House Limited. Contact us by telephone 050-650-8591 or 050-650-8592, or you can email us at fmghlghana@gmail.com or use our website www.fmghotelghana.com. Freeman Methodist Guest House, where serving you is our delight.
Don't come here, don't come here. Ghana for Methodist Asafoma. WTV Enyamfienu 5 years. Hooray! Na enam emfienu mafidida. WTV ADNT. Or yet don't come me promo. And it says, Sawa ya Ghana ni now our business. And adwuma ko bia wo pese obo ho dawura. WTV say, ye ba betwa adwuma ko no anaso wadwa ton de no. Ya bo ho dawuro na wotwe mienu 2 weeks at the amount. 1,000 Ghana cedis per awbetua. We aye kwan a WTV efa so e de adawase say. What time the chi ama dum pempenswa ene wadri. Sa promo ye de the bosome kakra eda ye dimu. Ya no nti mo amwo nwuma ko a mo pese mo bo ho dawuro no. Muntutu mrika na mo mrai. Fred WTV na ne panifo ni nkomo emfa don komi promo yi ho 0593 110733 and our WhatsApp 0256 253461. WTV, reaching out to the world.
right, we are back to start the rendezvous. It is the discussion bit of the segment known as 𝗟𝗏𝗘. Well, the television station still remains WTV, and this segment is 𝗟𝗏𝗘. Our brother is here, and I want to welcome him so we can start the action. Brother Gabi ni utu ankra.
Perfect. Drumo. Ocha ankra ojoba.
Beni check by ona.
Pure.
Brother, how are you?
I'm enjoying grace. Grace keeping us. God is still on the throne.
I see.
He's in charge.
Well, it's been a rainy morning.
Yeah.
A rainy morning. Some will pretend they are sleeping in their beds. We hope that they will use the
rains as excuse.
Well, for some of us in Accra, you know, if you are in Accra, funerals are on Thursday, especially around Gamashi area. So we will finish and go. And
so for you love funerals.
Yeah, it's one of my spiritual gifts. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's one of my spiritual gifts. Oshenele Methodist funeral.
Oh, okay,
that's duty course.
That's fine.
This one is not one of the galaxies. All right, Ashafo, you want crying, then cry no. Thursdays there, we are dying. You will have to bury somebody or the other. Well, by extension, we are expressing condolences to all who will be burying today, Friday, and even on Thursday. For now, it is the discussion. We need greet one or two people and let's start.
Yes, the first person I'll greet is my wife. I just dropped her at her office.
I see.
Mrs. Niutuanga Binta. She's at the nursing and midwifery council. And then Sofo Mami, very Reverend Helena Pokusako. She's been a wonderful mother. I agree to you. She's now at Airport East. Yes. And Sape Akushi, my old boy. And then you said two. I wanted to ask very Reverend 𝗦𝗍𝗍𝗘.
Okay.
Yes, at the Gayak Hospital.
All right. Also for I still at Gayak. Okay. All right. We thank God for all you have greeted. This morning is not looking too good for media because for most of the stories that we are carrying, they are all negative stories. Yeah. But as we see on the station, and so the first story is that threat from Sonon Asogli Powers, that is a total shutdown of their machines because of ECG's inability or failure to pay that $259 million JCDA dollars. That is almost a quarter of the loan.
Yeah, it's unfortunate also. It's very unfortunate because the main reason Asoglebi is because they can't fund their operations, and rightly so.
Yes.
If you have staff that you have to take care of, you have operational costs, and you cannot pay it. It's a sad situation, but in the scheme of things, I mean, it is the last resort. I guess it is the last resort. It tells us the problem at ECG. Yeah. It tells us that the challenge there is real. Our own electricity company of Ghana has challenges. And you know, so for ECG has about 7.5 billion cedis accumulated debts, unpaid bills, monies that and transmission losses. They lose about 23% when we are transmitting the electricity. There are other management and corruption issues there, the metering and then the billing that are faulty and all that. So there are so many leakages there that government has made certain interventions in time past, but we still have that part. Should Asogli shut down? No, I won't even say they have shut down. What is the implication for us? We are, some of us were on Quarcoo. There's going to be doomso with their action.
But who said the doomso hasn't started, Nee?
No,
because
but
some parts of Accra still experience it. It goes off in the evening and it comes back around 4:30 a.m. or 5 in the morning.
You know, with the Asogli issue, theirs is a natural gas power that they supply for thermal power, and it is the first privately owned electricity generation installation in Ghana. Yeah. So if the threshold for load shedding, Ghana, if you are doing the world. South Africa does like 500 to 1,000. When you reach that threshold, you have to do load shedding. India does like 5,000. We do 100 to 500. That is our national threshold. And Afarley produces 560 megawatts or so. So if this almost. So definitely, if they are out of it, we will start having a doom song.
Also, the hope of ECG and for most Ghanaians was the coming into power, Dubik Muhammad.
Yes.
Where we believed that he was going to be the messiah to every of ECG's problems. He actually resigned abruptly.
Yeah.
Are we dead? It appears things are doomed.
So it's an institution. I always believe in systems rather than personalities.
Okay.
When Dubi started, I was happy. But the typical Ghanaian I am, and the environment I find myself, I smiled. Because he was fighting against system. He was fighting against powers and forces in that sector. So he started the metering changing, the billing, the softwares, but I knew he was going to hit a snack. Now he has just that's how I would say it. He's shaking out.
But he was brought into office on the accord of the government in power, and he appeared to be fighting with or against the government in power.
You know, government has appointed a new person to look at it. So we should look at the problem, the root cause of ECG problem. Even as clients, so many illegal connections. We don't pay our bills. So if we are plunged into darkness, then it's our own fault. Go around also and see the illegal connections all over. Sometimes, surprisingly, some corporate institutions even do illegal connections. So if we are cutting our nose to spite us,
you know, surprisingly, an Osofo is watching from secondary dancers who works with the ECG. Osofo, I'll mention your name, 𝗦cie𝗿𝗲𝗍𝗘. You are telling her we shouldn't say what we don't know. We are only discussing the matter before us. So Osofo, if you have something we do not know, please let us know. But so far as we know, as Sonon Asogli has shut down, and we are likely to return to those doomed days of having light on, light off, light on, light off. So what should be the way forward for us? That is what we seek right now. We want a solution.
But I think that ECG Beni Amejishin Amebomodeni Dubik Mahama Bano. Amebomodeni, they try their best to go through the process of Okeshikahe lighted on. So you have to put the money on Momo, and then when you get to the vendor, you have to use that money, or you use the short code to pay for it or buy it. I think they started well.
Also, I don't know where the question was coming from, whether it's in relation to Dubik, but it is not rocket science. It is a fact that Asogli privately owned power installation has shut down. We are going to lose more than 500 megawatts. Wouldn't it affect
I mean, that's
electricity?
a major,
so there's one.
Decline.
Yeah. So going forward, I don't know. You know, the Asogli people in December 2023 threatened a shutdown, and then government through assurances from then 𝗟𝗏𝗘 minister, they extended it by 1 week. So they have been here before, that pay us our money and let's be in operation. Government made certain assurances and paid. This time around, the debt is swallowing them, so they've shut down. It is us that we are going to bear the brunt.
Yes. Well, we'll leave the matter here. We have only expressed our sentiments, but it shouldn't end on the show as just expression of sentiment. ECG, if you are watching, and as we know, some members of ECG are watching, please pay, and say kakra pay. And for all of us who use electricity, let's go to the judicial service. Many are of the view that for this time, the judicial service or the court is relenting on its own rules. Now, the fact we are raising this is that when a person sends something to court and the person is not able to adduce enough evidence to the fact that has been brought, or even causes a delay in putting documentation together, sometimes the court will strike the whole matter out. Now, but this time, it appears court is giving some time for parties who are involved in this case. Well, let's bring to speed our viewers what we are discussing. Minka Uchimwe. Nansen yena yete se anti-LGBTQ nkrofobia one more year madwene say bill I dey call Parliament Act, you call Parliament might be a bill echo or mampeni, or some mampeni edenensa eshase. Echo could do mampeni or mampeni say, Asemi, was Supreme Court a yedi was me am randomly. And then I won't pass me in such a patch of Moma Yendi and same new year. No, and I yet me a numbia. Christopher edi muntinti mapa yeni ano muslimi fone yena nanom sum etigu mountain so ana ora Sam George jata na odi enimu amoka se judicial service ni Supreme Court ma sheda pa na mu ye bibi a mo mpese ade be eno ana judicial service aba eka se yenye ye de mra na ye adwuma say the parties involved in this matter no ya mom mra omo ka ho no mra instead of what I just said. Now let's strike it out. This does not hold any merit, but this time it is
so for you see the issue at stake is of national interest. The pro-family values, more or less the anti-gay bill.
Yes.
So you see the heat it generated. But you realize that at a point in time it died down. So Ningo Pram a petition said Moche, Supreme Court to Moche. What is happening? And then they are telling us that more fashion by. So the process is that you have to file statement of cases. More issue, more case, and more defending. They should state their positions on the matter. And the law grants that you have 14 days to state your position or statement of case. These 14 days have elapsed, and then you call demonstration. So Munim say, you know, it is when in matters of law, it is procedure.
Yes.
So follow the procedure. It is not about
different.
And to me, judicial service true. You know me for partner. I mean,
even the 14 days has even elapsed.
So because if there is a certain intentionality or a certain heinous a bit in this whole matter, then we will believe because proceed way after 14 days. See, I can see a strike here, but why are we still waiting for whatever we want to do?
And the court is even saying that we are willing, go and file your statement of cases. The Chief Justice has discretionary powers, but even in this matter, or say okay, but still let's follow procedure and let's get the case.
We have an unschooled mind, and for most of us who are Christians in this matter, we have a biased approach to tackling this whole anti-LGBTQ. But Emrano say, Nebiechino, what some na yese Fabra na ebeye ni wa anye ni ya ye sinche ni ekoye ni nti adan na we die ye gina wa ye mpese ye be koye nim. Well, ye be bo modern na ye nya lawyer for na yetimi ama wo mu ababeg ni. I'll ask the last question on this matter. What would be your advice to the judicial service and, for that matter, the Supreme Court and the CJ?
My advice will go to the petitioners, those who sent the case there. My advice is solely to them.
They've elapsed the 14 days.
But the doors are open. Yes. So yes, get your lawyers, file your cases, state your position. And yes, no. Because if there is any case, go and file it and let the process go on.
But do you really think they have a case? Because if you really have a case, and this time around, I mean, it's not been thrown out of court. You've been given time. You've been given another time.
Oh, they have a case. That's why they've gone to court. So just go and state your position. Trial hasn't started. Just go and state your case.
I said advise judicial service and the CJ.
Judicial service advice. I remember say the case. That is law. That's law.
Because they've been waiting for them.
That's law. You know, unless the Chief Justice will say she's using discretionary powers to get it done, but it will not work.
And on a year, Chief Justice say, "O kanyehu, oye Christo ni mapa."
Yes.
You know, adia yesi ye MP. Intinka Chief Justice onye bibi.
Na then chere say odi asem bia betu menu. Chrobre on chroba.
And someone trauma into what some ye di esi nchen.
Ye pese de be see je ma mo chance mo chrombra.
Sa.
My manager will say Trebra.
Because anka you say wadamfo ni Yesu anka unsu atemuda. If your friend is Jesus, you don't fear the hellfire.
No, but once you get to court, you have availed yourself to the legal system, which is a process. Okay. So you have to go through the process.
Yes, going through the process, and a process na kwa payment baby say days I dema say fire de ni Yesu. Ye and it's still you go so train say san fabra. Na ye krokro.
Because it's a national issue. Okay. It's of national concern. So
Mate, men can be fan to us. Yes, Rebecca said my bias. But when it comes to this LGBTQ, we are all biased about it because we know the position of the church. The immediate presiding bishop had spoken about it. Other eminent members of the clergy fraternity had spoken about it. Honeba, ye chia, ye pankakra, sebe. Iti, yankwe, a Greek minister so edi asemwa ba to your nona semidi. Ya ne dru baby ni akoye say wona wo ye penny a wo fi wona wo ye ja wo fi, you are the father home, and you can ward off rogues and recalcitrant boys and girls from coming into your house to play with your children, to affect them negatively. Now you have allowed them to come into the house, they are affecting your children. Now you turn your attention to the children, say, stop playing with them. Are we not still playing the ostrich in this matter?
It's a lamentation of our leaders. Lamentation. Yes, it's one because really it's nothing new. We are all in deep, neck deep in the situation. The effect of Galamsey. And it has been a huge cry over the period. Obiaka, sorry man, so for everybody. It's more or less. That's why some people are even calling for a state of emergency. It's a national crisis that we are all looking at. So of course, minister no call no is okay, but I would have wished to say those in authority, the leaders should tell us pragmatic solutions. It's solutions we want, not the problems. The problems we already are aware. We know our forest reserves have been depleted. We know Galamsey people are destroying the farmlands to do Galamsey. We know our water you know, about 30% of Ghana, our land, is affected by illegal mining, and 60% of our water bodies are affected by illegal mining. So it's polluted. So we know these things. So these are the measures that we are looking at. Recently, a soldier for called 𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗍 illegal miners. Soldier for free. They came back to come and continue the distance. So we know that the chemicals and the metals in our water has effect on our health. Me, Chairman Amisumo, say what's a being for? Because a time will come that we can't even get clean water to. So
but
our
talk
children,
about the future without talking about the present. We are talking about our water bodies. We are talking about we are talking about from now. The future.
That is what we are looking at.
The future. It's a future being
so the decision taking is now. That is when we need to take the decision to save our farmlands, to save our forests, to save our water bodies. That is the decision we need to take.
The contention is that you have power to control whatever it's happening. Now, you are in charge of this ministry. Your duty is to make sure that whatever happens there goes in our favor. But this time you are crying to the fact that cocoa is going, tomato is going, we are in deep trouble. What should we do? Leaders are throwing their hands in despair.
Yeah.
Akendifo amudi enimu na mapa be nti timamufo yenye dem minisani wo fe mambi minisani wo fe no gisani.
Fortunately, me and Sumogana womla that you the citizens, the voter, every 4 years you have the opportunity to take a decision. Kwame Pienim just said something yesterday that if you cannot solve Galamsey problem, you can't be a president in Ghana. That is where we need to get to. So all of them, NDC, MPP, CPP, Allah, everybody,
so
let's see. Yeah, not signing of pacts is OBBC for the cameras. Okay. What is your plan? For Galamsey is our enemy as a nation now. Galamsey is our enemy. So we need a leader. Yes, with a boldness. Let us see. Let Ghanaians. I wish the debate they are all calling. These people are calling. Ghanaians should meet them. Everybody, don't come and talk about it. Policies and all those things. No, Galamsey. That is what the church, because Galamsey is affecting our economy, it's affecting our culture, it's affecting our social being, it's affecting our spiritual being, every part of us. So let's address that Galamsey. So all the leaders now, cocoa is telling us, we know about cocoa, our cocoa sector, the struggle, and even being affected by Galamsey. These are problems we already know. We know about the problems. We know about the problems. So we should hold our leaders to order. If they come to your church to come and canvass for votes, if they come to the marketplace, if Ghanaians, one question every Ghanaian will ask, Galamsey, who solve a problem, they say, I'm sure they will sit up and come up with pragmatic. If it means if they tell you that when I come, I will issue a state emergency, then you know that who can't say buy and obey we are, then you will do it. If this person says this, I won't do that. So let's hold them. I want us to start singing one song. I'm a member of the media coalition against Galamsey. I said we should all ask them about Galamsey solution.
You have brought another matter. This media coalition thing. See, at this time, let me also accuse you people, the media.
Osofo?
No, I'm Osofo.
Osofo to help?
No, I'm Osofo.
Osofo, you are still on.
So
you're a broadcaster?
No, I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God. I've not got into the status of a journalist or a media person yet. You and me are the media people. I think the media people have also relented a little bit in their advocacy. They started giddy, all of a sudden. You are a member of the coalition. That's what I'm asking. Why? The steam is gone down.
It's not gone down. The steam is not gone down. You know, but sometimes you get a little bit discouraged. You know, we were relying on labor. We all put our shoulders, labor, let's go, labor, let's go, labor.
And then they decided
but we are still, so it is two things now we are looking at also. It's the law that we are asking that the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 2462. That is where we are giving access to water bodies to mine in our reserves, and that is where all the problems are coming from. You know, you can't just do anything just like that. So the parliament are reconvening. We are open, say they can revoke the law.
So the majority leader has brought an issue out which yesterday what's in quite a hefty circulation. The LI that is supposed to be brought for this so-called revocation has not even gotten there. So it means that transmission, that reverse transmission from the office of the president to parliament has not even gotten there. Now, the Trade Union Congress has stopped their so-called sit-down strike. UTAG, possibly tomorrow. We are waiting for them to hear what UTAG will say. I am of the feeling, UTAG will say they are going back to the classroom or otherwise. Ye did seesaw up and down. Seesaw. Who this agroni be on? Where merry-go-round?
No. I do always see form, and I'll be to me PFC.
Where seesaw up?
Where merry-go-round?
All right, say merry-go-round. Say seesaw. Say Joseph. And there is a problem which must be addressed.
Also for the S. So you see, the reason why Labour called off the thing was that we're looking at a total economic shutdown that is going to have national security, every so many implications. But government gave the word to say we will quickly. I think that is why they just had to call Parliament, because it's a legal thing to revoke that law or the LI, that is subsidiary and the water bodies. Yes, to do that. So it was one of the assurances given to Labour and given to all those people who were agitated as to whether your normal timelines to say emre say there chinchina essay
parliamentarians prepare as and come back nanka kombedu one ho na aye hu aduma
media dia mesuro ni say aka 2 months pay December we about to so say ya nya bibia say
no.
You know, 50 something days.
51 days. Yesterday was 52. So today's 51.
And the soldiers who went to the brim to do all their
yesterday they were at Vancouver.
Well, we understand that. Well, let's move on to we were talking about the cocoa thing. Now, the cocoa industry is also at a point of a near extinction because there are social media circulations of people who boldly are videoing themselves, telling them, "Look, I will choose over Galamsey over the cocoa."
It's sad because I think the report is saying that we're going to lose about 14 million something there.
Yeah, 2 million.
About that range. Yeah. You know, it's once upon a time we were the lead producers of cocoa. The whole world. Now we are second leading producer following Côte d'Ivoire. And for the first time, I think we have had cocoa production tumble. I think 2019 we had a worst that we couldn't produce to meet the demand that we have on the global market. What is affecting our production as a people? What is affecting? Also, yes, you can't live out illegal mining. You can't leave it out. And even some of these farmers are giving their lands for galamsey. Of course, there's swollen shoots. There's that disease factor that affects the production of the cocoa. Also, smuggling. Smuggling is another problem and a worry. You remember Cocoa CEO Joseph
but if the prices here is about 3,000 cedis, and there it is about 3,075 Ghana cedis. Why not?
You see, so these smugglers will offer you lower prices. It tells us that especially our city is not so stable because all the Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, that the smuggling that goes, and they use the CFA franc, and it tells you that it's stronger than our city. That is how come. So one cocoa farmer, Kwame Buedu, advised that yes, the smugglers will give us lower prices where we can sell it, but we shouldn't risk that for our livelihood. You know, you go and buy your livelihood is what you are giving away. So it is a cause for concern, whatever the production is.
I have realized that when people want money, they don't really think about livelihood in the future. The same thing that is happening to galamsey now is the same thing that happens to people, whether on the market, whether in offices. Once money is coming into your hands, you just don't want to mind any other thing that is happening at all.
And over the period, government has made certain interventions by raising the cocoa price over the period. But you realize that still, so maybe enforcement, and we have porous borders too. If we have enforcement in those areas, we wouldn't be selling our cocoa that it will affect our own destiny here locally.
The conscience of the nation has always been the church. The conscience of the nation has always been. So I will always want to conclude by asking and appealing to all of us clergy, especially our senior clergymen, whether there can be that renewed interest of using the pulpit and the church. Na asofo mpanifo ye papa nom ye maame nom ye jane enanom wombe die nim esan say baby ye du ni die akato ne bro ye wakono. I mean, the water bodies are gone, the lands are gone, the forests are gone. Well, we are asking our viewers this morning, say, oh baby ye dua kuku. Oh baby ye twa kuku. Why you kuku ejuma bi? I remember one of you tested me no okase mo kuku fu bi ewo the central region na mo kom kuku fu mu a mo nam galamsey site na mo de ko ekom kuku fu ni. So even the fear of the fact that what is happening there will affect your kuku no kra no is very, very good. I want you to share the story with us this morning. Yempesi ebeye sebi krofo a ye ka keke. Nemom we also professing solutions as well. Na anope de meme kase asafo no anka yensamfa ye hunyim na ye pulpit so na ye na ye koba na ye koba.
So this reaffirms what the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) said a few days ago, stating that soil the cyanide ne afeso niama omudi ye galamsey ne ewo soil ni mono, it would take us a very long time to be able to figure out.
No, they said 300 years.
Yes, 300 years. 300. And 300 years na ye go so edua cocoa wo krom ha dia. So it brings us to the same problem.
Also, for a serious, I'm surprised we are not seeing the gravity of the problem. Even if we get to the realm, drinking water, you know, you can't just live without water. And you have to import it. Even bottled water,
Ghana water we shouldn't only be thinking about importing the water, but even the water we have now, purifying it will cost the same as importing the water. So it's neither here nor there. Oh, Tiashafui, that Ghana water for Musamina Biomo Mocassi, say, Niaka, Anna, any pine a bit my important, soon you pine a bit my Omocase. Baby, you do ye dry a better. Na ye dia feti anwa izu na ye benom no ne bo no be je se de ye krefi abanoni nti se o krefi amanoni se wo no mo Ghana ha ne bo no be koso esan se ya se bibia ne nyina ne se sika kokko bi a ehwa saase ase no ye pese ye de ye obi beka say trimodin eko ne ekokotu ye wakono. I mean, this is a national crisis. Somebody else, and that is why Labour wanted government to declare state of emergency. And also, Labor 70
fancy baby.
I am going to produce on friend Mr. Ansama. Producer friend Mr. Ansama. It's because the last time I am in the case and he was really angry, especially
and then the following day, no.
Yes, especially on what the minister has said previously. Say state of emergency will sound draconian. He was very angry. So, well, we need those draconian measures, and all of a sudden, those measures we didn't see them, and Labour is seated. UTAG, you are now.
No, but UTAG, you know, there's a silent majority that also came out. So University don't also saying that they were not part of that thing. So we want, if they're listen, why don't we also call off the strike, because the demands were those. So for we were relying on Labour. We thought Labour was going to be our voice, and Labour so yeah, I do mean also. Yeah, we should fight for our own destiny. Yes.
All right. So I was asking of solution to this. Maybe I do know. Yeah, solution, and so some group of people on the state discuss some of the solutions. Na yenti solutions ye betimi di ayejuma.
Going forward, so first of all, the formal education issue, we still have to continue with it, because from my point of from an extension background, we would emphasize more on education. So that you teach somebody today, they will not get it. But as you keep teaching them, it will definitely get to a point where they would understand what you are trying to say, and hopefully that changes their behavior at the end of the day. We will also have to strengthen our cross-border security and relations, especially with Côte d'Ivoire and Togo, because when the smuggling is being done, most of the time, that's the channel by which it is going to. So that has to be strengthened. We also need to ensure that we can improve the incentives that are being given to farmers. We should let the entire price of cocoa that we are using some part of it to take care of their needs that are other than the financial benefits. So the extension education, the giving of subsidized chemical, mass spraying and pruning and all that for them, we should just let them understand that this is what their money is going into. I'd also read something about some blockchain technology, which in a way Cocoa Board is doing that, because they are able to track the cocoa from the farm gate to the point at which it's being exported outside. But from what I read, the blockchain technology would make it stricter, and then just like our digitalization campaigns made there's so much noise on. I think we need to now channel some part of the digitalization agenda into the cocoa, so that as we come.
Say enimdifo no so ba bro phone you huniti huni na. Well, that is our own brother Osofo 𝗟𝗑𝗏, who is at the communication department within the College of Agriculture. Omoshena extension juma so etimi akoyie. So for ya na mama twi na bam na fe etimi ate.
We the state.
The state in country.
The state.
State in English.
Yenkafi
we state. Enti mu kan brofo no so bebre so na yenti ase a. Mu kan ne yenti ase so so a.
Say ebetimi abeye the same thing wo mo ni so say.
Enti odi echeche mu.
Na me kra me TV video. Me bechire kra man take. Dia me tie any extension.
So he was, I think he was talking about the fertilizer issue, and then
say wo kan brofo ba cho ma me chirichi ba and say asem no
say catch us say dem also bechire
say asem no ajofo na yangaza Osofo 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Osofo papa ba ko a o free miama sorry True Vine as say die owo KNUST College of Agriculture or Department of Communication and Extension Odin komo ewo state on work say ye bisa se kwan be na yebetimi afa so kuku nsem yebetimi enya ne poma sibre na obi aho ato no say ɔne de wogidi sɛ de di kan education ɛyɛ enkyerɛkyerɛ yɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ ɛbɛn me sɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ no yɛ gyaayɔ ndika extension fo ayɛ de wɔn kɔ no wɔn kɔkɔ kyerɛkyerɛ ne sesei aba fam kora deɛ to so mmienu no ogidi sɛ deɛ friend incentives yɛbɛtumi de ama pharmacy na wɔn atimi apagya wɔn nneɛma yom yɛnyɛ biem esan sɛ minim sɛ me kooko afu ebɛtumi ama me gold poporowa bi na matimi anya sika bebree de ade na ayɛ me kɔdɔ me pam na me hye na me kotwa kooko na sika atwa me na sika atwa me nsa na sika bɛba na me ni ten de me de hwɛ nkwala akora wo fie me ni bi ɛne mɛkɔ akɔtɔn ebusua saase na me de akɔ ɛyɛ galamsey na manya sika bi efiti ɔno ka sɛ yɛma ɛyɛ incentives ekuafo yɛma ɔmo akadeɛ sika ɔmo betimi de ahyɛ adwuma yi mu ne ayɛ well we are all looking for solutions today nti na wo frɛ a ɛdeɛn ɛna yɛ solution ɛdeɛn na yɛ solution yɛpɛ solution galamsey yɛpɛ solution mesna open the line.
All right, this is for Yadamasese Mubuso Amoshe Wesleyan Television way Dero Part 2. But Yeka say ECG sorry, Senon Asogli power shuts down over ECG. ECG for the Omuka be $259 million. And ye Ghana se describe inti. And I show you I back to dum and dum so emu baako enti enu na yebon pa say ye ndru ho afi so the judicial service has aired parties of the anti-gay bill omo de assembly court say omo nye ne ntem na omo mfa omo cases ne mra omo mfa le omo cases ne ntem say na be betumi ahwe the anti-gay bill ne so na nseme wo ho no mo de na toto ho say na be ya ebetumi akonenim ana say ne eka ho e wo ho no afi a Greek minister has cautioned about the effects of galamsey food security and the cocoa industry. These are some of the issues we've been discussing.
All right, into ofrefu edi kan ewo kumase ton swame ana Mr. Usu jina. Good morning, Eja Usu.
Good morning, Professor.
Yes, sir.
Anita the ammonia pa. Nyamishira buroni no mo bi
kanu na ka me ba be kan say nyamishira ye wi a so nshira buroni all right
prof o say yeah am see no democracy na dane autocracy ya no problem ye be ka na timamufuo no yɛte wɔn na yɛyɛ nhwɛ ha ne yɛ katafa wɔn a problem yɛ nso view yɛ bɛ kasa sa ba mo question bi wɔ sɛ mebusa ipato democracy aboa Ghana na wɔtɛ saa deɛ de has democracy helped Ghana? 2 school na yɛ kɔ research rebe na yɛyɛ no na yɛ den yɛ university bi yɛ faculty of one bi yɛ masters research na yɛ den ɛma Ghana. 2 3 Ghana is freedom country by a justice country. And now you see that your bedini bread for one thing to bedini bread for answer and say by another your doctors, professors, engineers. Yes, say no. It do here so that solution better be no. Omo more so no because omo dim dada. Omo your whole research. Almost young 1 year. They know, but you say, I have what I am a moyen. You see, so among tone, you see, or in fact, among tone, you see, because the beer, I did be a state on beer, a kind of liberal man. Be a kind of remember the say, among tone, you see. Now, so, Yame, Elkos, Emma, Bibinian, not on children, Yampoko, on children.
All right, that's a Josie. Thank you.
Auntie Philo, good morning.
Dame dear Nana, what is it?
Yamiadomo, Mama, what's way?
Yanko Prado Meoye. And not a million, I'm a wire sapa.
That's the pa.
Anna, winning. But all the man the top of penny, and now I say, Manciano. Elso
okay.
Papa could do some more. Our what says you, but quite not secretary. Papa Pacha Metiel. Now, Papa said that I never met you and the other man the credit. Now, my dear Flay.
Okay.
It's in Pacha, I know why you're dancing near white.
Me Pacha you.
One from my me and my castle. Now, the castle I blame me, say. See, I call no mamma teacher, say, why you want more to. Yeah, you almost saw my head and I'm saying, no, yet. Remember. Na we tie ne ka dem a sam ne se adwuma na de o mo be ye o. Na nso akade na ye de be ma wo mo no. Ya fa ma wo. Ye bo wodi sha bladie, ye bo di tu mlagwadie. Oh, commitment is all the year, you man, by that ma will climb my one year. Blood die. That's for my mamma or my wife. Now, your method is here, and I'm a bachelor. Now, women be case in the room. Say, you see, you wait in the baker. Our Ghana, how? Young children, because you bought for with a bouillon. Now, the moment in the parlor for 40 got the Bua, Bla Munchia. Young children, and I say, young too. So listen, now, so for be that a young Pamela. So for so listen, a woman, what that? They say there were shared Anna resources, and their master to Galantin. Yes, sack a woman in a near far for flow. Yes, far for Fenya, son of one. Now, come home on the one year, Juma. Which will be a witch here.
Yo, yeah, that's not yeah, correct. It's a knee on count one more form of some galam say so. No, more help direction.
It's a coalition of a winner kind.
Media coalition, border say anti galam say team ya, or border itia galam say yenka say one shake galam say so. Why? All right, young Cortanos, good morning.
Good morning, so Penny. Yadamasi. So Penny, I Galamsey is Quarcoo master in America.
Okay. 2
areas in Ami, the environmentalist, and I'm agriculturalist. And an area also here in Mano. And you took Galamsey Quarcoo in Ano. A one I'm here in Mother Chimney. Now, so 2 things, no, a conflicting areas. Quarcoo production. Any Galamsey, 2 conflicting areas. Either you choose one and leave one. And the problem is that we have problem analysis more. As the farmers know this Kukrano or Umuha, Esukuno, Umuka movie, Umuton Masas, Emma Galamsey. The own perfect Galamsey for Crasso Banabono. Affecting Quarcoo. If the Ayadena who are Toma, the Quarcoo also say. But the most dangerous thing is that, and yet production no aircraft from the planet, maybe a Yame, is affecting the quality of Quarcoo. So when you say, again a Quarcoo, a well market, yeah, be a premium. There's a Quarcoo quality really at best in the well market. If you have a premium price, you do more. They say affecting quality, if in future, they will reject our Quarcoo bean. Little bed, not yet to Quarcoo. If you say a sick crops with that, say, you do vegetables equal. The first time I say, what vegetables you are, you rejected by Ghana. Sana Quarcoo, so in future, by 2 years time, one share, some certification, Quarcoo certification program. Miami Eka will be as a consultant. Edge the power to say, I don't know, you so many production of prayer for you. A time will come one. You better get your Quarcoo no problem completely. If you say, we analysis for a new one, we are signed as me a normal view. So, Miami but standard ability. So, wow. But and yet significant, it is a mile. A cost at the end of the day, they will reject our Quarcoo bean in the world market in our state.
You hear that say, where the Arehos Empire, opinion, no, what Tiano Pan work, or the Quarcoo beans, Nibiaba, standard boy, Abishushum, who say, no, there are some pieces of a year sign ID, EB a woman. Hey, Mummy, you.
Honorable Quarcoo citizen, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. My name is Anita. Show and happy birthday,
thank you.
Thank you. In fact, Kola ya wakata today I can okay, mining communities now. I was not guaranteeing the one I have was Miami Kumwa for Yasha. Okay, they were Quarcoo, food, you say, or can say, over can show. I have to want to work for anyana omutu awo funu suna omutu insu no mo share wo funu enam you see that will not be productive as a chair. Presently, I'm a documentary here. There is a station, channel 1 here with Jima. Now, one father lead can say, or yeah, with church be no, I say that Galantino. Alleviated poverty, and I say, alleviated poverty. Many also for them or Casa with the city said we should still do the education. We should let the families know that can I say here, what will go the tour? In a short time, it will give you the money that you want. But let's consider the long-term thing. No? So though we know in the corner only any money was the solution, because the deputy person in charge of our lands and
natural resources.
You can tell proper fair. They are all involved in this thing. But we should also stop talking to our farmers. To know the long-term effect I was going to. We all told the food between now we just got to wait when I want to find a property in Indiana. The long-term poverty never bows is serious. So I'm also not concerned about Ghana, your production of air from effect now a day where the few ones now I can and you have to use soon as I said. So this is the letter that I also want to add. A chair farmer is for the Reverend Osaya Wakoto this Sunday now or in post ordination and Thanksgiving our down to
nice one.
That's fine.
All right, young court body I say Quarcoo or body I say good morning.
Hello?
Hello, Quarcoo, good morning.
Morning, sir. Quarcoo ni make us free body I say. Yes, if anything. Solution to Galantino. It's so simple. In what case? I was say, a final, only faithful leaders. I will know almost every day. It's Mano. Now, sir, almost now also. Now, I wish that say next week, now information is to at zero. It's almost no be anywhere. One now, over this information on alcohol. And I will say only faithful leaders in the other time. Now, I'm only key the secret to down. Secondary, I was there. I find no any and for no a joint together. There, I find it or no air back one. Who's no back there? Oh, yeah, there, who will get a say. Share me earlier, but you are what I say. Read just go. There, only yet, my better. That is one link, said never back. We don't know the anymore. What we kind of look at that, get no to go out. See that or mine, I know.
All right.
He said, Yakin, Yan, when I hear all the time.
You, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Now, faithful leaders, idiot. All right, the young Sanko Kumasi, at the form.
Yes, sir.
At the form crowd.
At the form of
all right, yet you.
Yo, Mammy come myself so. Yo, Kaka me can say. Say, you say ECG. ECG, you say ECG to me book at that. And now, yes, citizens no, yes, the ECG cow. And you're banning the ECG car. So, I can't say, your Chroma, to car. A banning the ECG car, yes, a control. And my ECG for your brace of the job. Only thing I don't go to Parliament move. Parliament don't go to light move. I can't post the don't go to light move. I can't academy don't go to light move. Kotoka International Airport don't go to light move. These are the big companies. I can't see how much you can pay. Look at the airport. That was our my move. So, Commander Polly, yeah, almost with child like smoke, but for your ship, you see the penny look at school. I'm what I buy dress. This is not a Yamakoso or my day. So, by media, and sometimes I am here Christopher, maybe I blame some of the Christian leaders. They can't tell the truth. Saban was what, Omukasa, And I yes, for one hour, I know put a ban on his toes. But about the body, I don't come on nothing. So these are the things I say, because you have not two board, so cathedral board, and I would that's the why are you doing that this in this country? So, about 70% plus are Christians. So, about 70% plus are also influencing the nation, but they will go to the nation, because we have leaders and we are corrupt. Why is it so?
Thank you.
They can't share Christian leaders, no that. Almost sexual, what do you almost kind of cry or that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Now, Ajo bro said, yeah, now yet Ajo bro. Boko one has said the form cry, and the form the amenda form cry. Yeah, now ye Casao, ye can, and now ye leaders. Yes, so, sorry, ma. Any yena ye ka ho beauty yena a Christo for yena Muslim for yena yena nanom so yena na yenya yeko timuma ye kasa so ane aba form kakra.
Yo. Good morning, Jet. Who for free Jumako? Jet, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Me pacho it you.
So Masa Kakra, let us say the cancer. There were Maya Ejiegu Nebipia because of our laws are not working. Parliament in 24 now, law. On one case, when they fought against the law, attack home. Ubia Swan, oh yes, I mean, Ubia is linked up to a certain party or a certain one leader. Inti, a bit critical. So, among your lost year to man. The idea welcome be a edgy. Some of the car to use them cocoa flow now or something to be shamania. And you cannot down all to say. Say a loss now, yeah, the kicking and those no endorsement will be a watcher, will be the cock of found we were done. It is going on. So let's work on something on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You Jet Edasi. Also bet me for 0256253461.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nana Pomwe.
Nyamiado. I tell you when you see Christopher, Radia body, okay, Romans 12, 20 to 23. You'll find it there. But let me say, I have observed that for most churches that I have visited, in the past 5 years, no church has ever spoken about this Bible verse, which talks about the environment, which educates the Christians to manage God's creation very well. If we are able to do this, our people will be conscious and they will be mindful of the environment. That is one. Our responsibility as Christians and as people who are supposed to shepherd those who are to take care of God's creation.
All right. Thank you.
But it also talks about how corrupt we are as a people. When you read that particular those verses, it talks about it. So there is nobody in this country who can say, oh, maybe I'm innocent, and I said, maybe I said me and family, and I said, we and about it, and I said it.
All right.
The other one is what's here, Quarcoo, not a future full garden, a walk, work, and I said, I won't buy, what you won't buy. Upon Chiba, Grandma, and we can be a what you call so, Echo Pano, and I said, what you know, excellent, and go money, now money will need a car, upon Yamana, when I say, no, and you're very great. Look at this example, even in the villages, in Zona or more, no, Nipa Eteho. So, what stops these very people who can chase a goat to stop? Say people from destroying their very water that they need for their survival? Are they expecting the president to come and catch the goat for them as equally as the water that the people are destroying? It's not possible. So they all owe it as a responsibility. The people in the community, we as Ghanaians, we owe it as a responsibility to deal with this issue once and for all.
All right.
Once and for all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a collective responsibility. Let's go for the last. Edubofo.
Yes, Papa.
Session Bekwa Mujina Monaso.
Papa,
yo.
Yeah, on the second, yeah, in that team, Bishop.
All right. Yo,
Papa, balance in some not. I am a manager. But it's only a dead cry. Me am if you be fight for him. Na Bobo to this year.
Yeah.
So we share one. Now we share mining companies at the same level about Bobo so about this year. Now we share one na your name so. Now we guarantee for you cover. Na ika de bu on to na the way on to for near man now on to see abaya kese. Community for na kata nkesi almost a year so na you can see we are benefiting from balance more than the mining company.
Yeah.
And the best way, the mining company is me up by developing where they work. I'm for development now on my way. Almost what we say, I see a one balance in the problem is that another I'm here.
All right.
I mean, by on the second, rather than what be the now in that year.
WTV, ye the infidie be badodo, ye de beba, ye baso so am ye sure say, sempenifor kasi ye ni echire be di echire ba. Ye da se pa, hwefo ye da mu nyina sese, mu nyina mofre, nyina ye chechire oman. Ama nyo 7 no eduru be bi enye amanyofo nkwan na wo mo sem, na emum ye soso timamufo. Yes, so be crying na ye nti asofo asori ma wo bia enkamni wo wonga under 1 minute 2 for 1 minute
Mestre say ECG problem no government should take bold step, bold decision to solve the problem. The government has what it takes to solve the problem. Yenya pro family values for montre enko Supreme Court montre enko so that we'll solve this problem. Cocoa is a strategic crop. It's the only foreign exchange, and when we send it, we get the returns 100%. Others there are reductions. So galamsey is an issue. Let the church keep trumpeting it. Let's rise and speak against it. The Lord should have mercy on us. Generation that came and those that have looked on that we are having this problem. And God, please continue to bless Ghana. Amen.
All right, amen. Yebra ni otu ankra ana oni edin komo. Ejuma pa wo ye de nka owo Health Directorate Emma Methodist Church Ghana. Social General Directorate of Social Services na ohye omasia odi sa adwuma no. Oye sofo wo ntiti menche na abom pa ya ma no e de call ahye no na afi kama odi sofo. Ye ne miss na so ene wa. Sa wonte ya and a breaking news and Miss na odi na woda into share ne pink atade a wo sha enye asem ketokra ka metimi afre no pink lady but manyama ni din dada your friend of Miss na. And so it is a happy birthday to your favorite female presenter on the screen. In fact, the most beautiful. The most beautiful. It's a man who pose our poser. All right. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Ti osemunye bibia momo no so mumfansi me so. Ti me number ana me dey to 0246 884670 0246 884670 for the last time 0246 884670. Udi tu mo edin abehu ye Adzika agbamenya Vincent. Mo di simi so a me handle bibia ama mesna. Ama so so ochena me ba eye aha me de betu dwa se bibia ma na nanko da mika. All right, it's been a wonderful morning, showering and raining in some parts of the country, but for us in this studio we are pausing on this segment. We are coming with the health segment and insurance. See you very soon.
This is the Freeman Methodist Guest House Limited. It is a luxurious and comfortable guest house in the heart of Kumasi. Our guest house features a range of modern and spacious rooms, each with its private bathroom and amenities. Our guests can enjoy various on-site facilities, including a restaurant, conference halls, event center, spacious car park, CCTV cameras, lifts, generator, and many more. We are conveniently located opposite the Wesley College of Education near the Swami Roundabout in Kumasi and are easily accessible by public transportation. We look forward to welcoming you to the Freeman Methodist Guest House Limited. Contact us by telephone 050-650-8591 or 050-650-8592, or you can email us at fmghlghana@gmail.com or use our website www.fmghotelghana.com. Freeman Methodist Guest House, where serving you is our delight.
It's time to celebrate the commencement of another high office. It's the induction service of the Bishop of Accra Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. Samuel Nimai Olenu, slated for Saturday, 19th October 2024 at the Wesley Cathedral, Accra at exactly 8 a.m. In the same vein, the induction service of the Bishop of Winneba Diocese, the Right Reverend John Prince Saki, is also slated for Sunday, 20th October 2024 at the Ebenezer Cathedral, Winneba at 8 a.m. All induction services will be broadcast live on WTV and all our social media platforms at the Methodist Church Ghana. This advert is powered by the Communication and Publications Directorate.
Don't call me, oh, don't call me. Ghana for Methodist Asafoma. WTV 𝗟𝗏𝗙𝗘 5 years. Hooray! Na enam 𝗟𝗏𝗙𝗘 fidida. WTV ADNT. Or yet don't call me promo. And it says, Sawa ya Ghana ni, now what business? And adwuma ko bia wo pese obo ho dawura. WTV say, ye ba betwa adwuma ko no, anaso wadwa ton de no. Ya bo ho dawuro na wotwe mienu 2 weeks at the amount. 1,000 Ghana cedis per awubetua. Wey eye kwan a WTV efa so e de adawase say, what turn the chi ama edum pempenso a ene wadri. Sa promo ye di ne bosome kakra eda ye dimu. Ya no nti, mo amwo nwuma ko a mo pese mo bo ho dawuro no. Muntutu mrika na mo mrai. Fred WTV na ne penfo ni nkomo emfa don komi promo yi ho 0593 110733 and our WhatsApp 0256 253461. WTV, reaching out to the world.
Okay, it's a rainy Thursday morning here in Adabraka from our studios here at WTV. It's time for Apomoding, and Apomoding is brought to you by Piptest Institute. Piptest Institute Air Therapy Center for all your negative addiction problems. Now, Oshoshe Piptest Institute for Echikwaya, Behu Kumase, Kuchi. And I pay on Apomoding Yankomo Chichiano. We are looking at sickle cell inti yenko na yenko siade.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to today's health segment. My name is Dr. 𝗟𝗏𝗘, and I work as a medical officer with the National Blood Service, Ghana. Today, we are going to talk about another disease of blood, which is sickle cell disease, also called sickle cell anemia. Usually, yenim omomu wasa yare as ubia otanya crisis, and ubia otanya problema ni dumpe anase ni baby ene ya. What is this disease? What causes it? How is it treated? And how can it be prevented? And esa nyoma way ena yebeshe. Sickle cell disease area affects red blood cells. No, we said the red blood cells contains hemoglobin, which carries oxygen to the body so that the body can function well. In sickle cell disease, the hemoglobin cannot be formed well because of a problem in the genes that these people are born with. Enunti, moja kokono, the red blood cells into me and perform or function no ye. So what happens is in your maybe to say infection, and I say whether I am too cold or too hot, and I say obi I am stressed. These things which happen to all of us, able to me a cause a crisis. I'm obia or sickle cell because problem now what red blood cell nimuno doesn't allow them or doesn't allow the red blood cell to function well when they have these problems. So what is done for people with sickle cell disease? In sickle cell disease, we try to prevent them from coming into contact with these things. The infections, cold or hot weather, or a stressful condition, so that they don't go into crisis. Also, as we check their labs from time to time. In sickle cell disease, omomoja level no it to make form. So we also have to be monitoring. We may have to give them some medication for that or transfuse them with blood. Now, how can sickle cell disease be prevented? We in here inti wuntie. Sickle cell disease, like I said, people are born with it because they inherit it from both parents. So what you must take note of is that everybody needs to know their genotype. And then you can AA, ANA AS, ANA SS, ANA SC, ANA AC, and a few other less common types. There in here women say, if you are AS or AC or any other one, you cannot get married to somebody or you cannot have a child with somebody who also is AS or AC or SS. Why? Because your child can have sickle cell disease, which can be a problem for them. So know your genotype and make sure that you go for genetic counseling and as a doctor with your spouse to be or the person you are going to have a child with, so that the doctors can advise you. We ebeboa ama wanko wo akola obeba bebre because they have sickle cell disease. So this is a summary of what sickle cell disease is about, how to prevent it, how it is treated, and how to prevent crisis in people with sickle cell disease. Thank you very much and see you as we go into the next segment. Bye-bye.
Dr. 𝗟𝗡𝗙 and Dr. Jojo Pinto and Yanene Chitring and Komo Sisea or National Blood Service Ghana. Na Anape and Sema Waka Ninano Bomodia say you do well to check to know your genotype. Apomoding was brought to you by 𝗡𝗡𝗡 Institute Air Therapy Center for all your negative addiction problems. Na ubehu kumase kutri me sorry sway me the Rachel Mercy Arhin miss now and there a birthday now or the insurance minute at the 𝗏𝗏 amount.
𝗡𝗡𝗡 Institute ayaresabia hotonia sumdua shehoma Edi no wakwanchre ni adekodia poten no a epiama otokoso wa abrabomu nanso sensanom ni nubone fa basa betwa wa akwan mu a eyi wa adwene firi obotaye no so wo 𝗡𝗡𝗡 Institute no yebetumi aboa wo ni wabusuafo a muhia mo anyina ma wogie ayemodia ye yayaresabia sebi yebeboa won a wato nsane nubone fa ntentan mu ayaresabia ibotaye ne se ebebu adwuma mu nimdifo asuafo ni nipa ahodo nyina ama watu anamwa edikan a edifa ahodie bebre won mpanimfo a ye won di dwuma no bi ne won a wo hwe adwene mu yare afutufo ni adokotafo ni anesefo a wode won ho afiri nsanom ne nubone fansem yatete saa nimdifo yi na wo nimdie ne nuoma pa ebo ayarefo no na de atwam nso ne se ayaresan hyehyeye ni gina abefo hyehyemu ni USA hyehyeye a wadidi dwuma no 𝗡𝗡𝗡 ayarehwe ni fie die nyina ayepe yayaresan hyehyeye no gu ahodo na ebi ni medical monitored detox program, residential rehabilitation yesan tumi fa ye nananom akwa ahodo so sayare na ebi nso ni group therapy 12-step AAA programs, recreational therapy, nenia ekeka ho. Oyarefo ne da akyehye ase bra ode ne nan besi biaye ho no a. 𝗟𝗏𝗃 Institute ya abɛɛfo ayaresabea ehwɛ wɔn a wado suko wɔn nsane nubɔne famu. Na ani wiase afa na nhyehyɛ yɛ nyinaa nso yɛ pɛ. Adampa ahodo a yɛwɔ no bi ne VIP rooms, professional rooms, standard rooms, and air-conditioned rooms. Laundry services yɛ free. Ahobambɔ nsɛm nso wɔ soro kama. Yɛsan wɔ biaye a wɔsua adeɛ, na ɛba no aduanesɛm deɛ a wonni haw koraa. Yɛ na tru kwan wɔ Kumasi Kochi a ɛwɔ Asante Mantam, Ghana. Sɛ wo pentremu bi anso a, mepa kyɛw, fra yɛn wɔ 0245 849185 ana 0322 496188. USA Fonson fra yɛn wɔ 404 735 7697. Abel Fontaine Tansu behunu yɛn wɔ www.𝗟𝗏𝗄𝑒𝑑u.org. 𝗟𝗏𝗃 Institute, the Extension Center for Integrative Therapy, home away from home.
It's Thursday, saying thank you so much for joining us on Insurance Minute here on Wesleyan Television. Insurance Minute is proudly brought to you by Danwall Insurance Company. Wherever you are across the 16 regions of Ghana, you will locate Danwall Insurance Company. If you come down to the south, Accra, to be precise, you will locate them in Osu behind the Presbyterian Church. Then you can also pick up your phone and then log on to their website, info@danwallinsurance.com. There you can read about Danwall Insurance Company and then a lot more information from them. You can also find out the different insurance policies they have from their website, the terms and conditions that applies to it, and how you can be able to purchase one for yourself. And so if you go onto their website today, you would find the motor insurance policy or the contractors or risk policy, personal accident policy, the home protection policy, money insurances. You'd also find bonds, among others. All you need to do is to read about them extensively, and if any of them appeals to you, you do well to buy an insurance policy. If it is a motor insurance policy, you get to enjoy a free brown ECOWAS card, and this is the only place you're going to get this free gift from. Why not buy an insurance policy from Danwall Insurance Company and get to enjoy the different benefit that it comes with it? If you are able to pay your premiums on time, you can also make your claims without any problems at all. And so whatever insurance policy that you are able to buy, please do well to pay your premiums right on time. Thank you so much for joining us on Insurance Minute. It was proudly brought to you by Danwall Insurance Company. Up next is our Grow. Do enjoy.
This is Quarcoo. He's a good guy, but cannot stay away from unnecessary attention and flex. Yes! He received this brand new car from a relative abroad to work with, but decides to wait for a while before registering it. So now, with this uninsured vehicle and a DV plate, he flexes in every corner of the city. Hey.
Oh, slow.
Don't be like Quarcoo. Insure your unregistered vehicle with the chassis number with Danwall Motor Policy and stay covered. You can also take other policies such as personal accident insurance, fire and flood, money insurance, contractors all risk, and others. Danwall Insurance. If it must be done, it must be done well.